linking up with Lisa on this one, check it out. Okay.
I appreciate your time. 2023, we started off on 2023 on a good note. I am in Pate Studio once again, and I'm here to have a great conversation with one of the best Afrobeat artists in China. Living off experience in China, we're back to share experiences and also to let you guys know what he does musically, how many songs he got out there and how many albums he got out there, and when is he going to release his albums. Tonight in Beijing, he came all the way from another city, Shenyang, right? That's how you pronounce it, right? Shenyang. All right, Shenyang. All right, thank you, Shenyang. He had a show last night and he's here to also perform, and I feel so blessed to have him on Laced Up TV.
I know you're looking for the superstar shorty. Never heard or see the rock star flowing. It's like a time bomb when my rap drop. Oh baby, turn my gun now if you link up. Don't you mean, don't you be shocked. See my brain like a tonic, it's like a beat. But never mind, yeah, my flow is automatic. It becoming systematic. I'm never auto, but I got you pushing for the tender YouTube as always. Cause you been seeing me on it. Check this YouTube as always. Cause you can bopping vibe, oh. I've been linking up with Lace Up. Let me hear you from a rap, check a Lace Up. Wanna hear me singing, check a Lace Up. Cause they be dropping all the latest, yeah. Got you back, I don't need no smoke. No getting hot, no getting chai when I'm in the mode. Doing that to kill me, but it can't reveal. I'm the lion in the jungle when I'm in the boat. It's a legendary, man. Fácil así todo, overdosing when play race. I've been linking up with Lace Up. Check a Lace Up, check a Lace Up. Let me hear you, check a Lace Up. Dropping all the latest, yeah. Don't you Lace Up? Don't you make that? Yeah, the link up is mad, right?
I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Look, Big Bro did a freestyle for Laced Up TV, and I really appreciate him for doing that. Not everybody would do a freestyle like that, but he did it for free. Welcome on Laced Up TV.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, can you introduce yourself? Let us know your name, where you're from, and why you are in China. Why?
Alright, my people. This is Anpheous, the rock star from Liberia, but my actual legal name is Matthew K. Delgado David, and I'm actually in China for study. Alright, I'm in China for study, but you know the vibe, as you can see. I'm here with Lace Up, and you know the link up.
You are actually studying in China, and you're chilling like that. Man, look at the dripping. Look at everything. You're chilling. You are learning. I'm also learning too, but I'm not chilling like that. Well, you are chilling. You moving from cities to cities to perform. Wow. That's nice.
That's the energy. That's the vibe, bro.
So you started music all the way from Liberia, or you got into music whilst in China?
I actually started from back home, from Liberia.
Okay.
But then there was not much time, so I couldn't focus. But then in China, I got out of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In China, you had all the time to do music.
Yeah.
How can you give me a picture of how the music back home looks like, and as compared to China musical scene?
I could say that the only difference here is China, like, it's not an English speaking country, so doing music here it takes like, it's a lot of challenge, because you don't, like, Chinese are not into English kind of songs, and they're not into Afrobeat. But back home, people, you know the vibe there in Africa, so we do it the African way.
Africa is Africa.
The vibe there is different. It's on another level.
Okay.
Yeah, but then the only thing there is expensive doing music in Africa. Yeah, it's expensive doing music.
Very expensive to do music in Africa.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
But in China, it's not expensive.
Yeah, in China it's not expensive. That's what I think. but then you don't have the audience. You don't
okay.
you don't have much audience because
Audience.
of the language barrier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of music do you do? Is it reggae music, rap music? What kind of music do you do actually?
All right, you know, for me, once the vibe, any kind of song, once the vibe comes, it just depends on the mood, the vibe.
mood you are.
But then my specific kind of music is Afrobeat.
Okay.
But then I also I like hip hop kind of song. I like R&B. Yeah, I like drill. So it just depends on my mood. But majority of my songs are Afrobeat.
Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how I got to know you. Actually, I was vibing with my guy, my homie Kanala,
Okay.
and he called me like Kanala was shooting a video, so he was like, "Bro, can you pull up on me?" I was like, "Okay, no problem. Just give me the location, I'll pull up." So I went there, and I was in a car. Then after the scene, after everything, then we started playing Kanala's song.
Okay.
Oh man, there was a song that was like, yeah, the Afrobeat and my piano movement stuff. Yeah, in there. Then I was like, okay, Kanala, I haven't heard this. What's up? Who did this? All of a sudden I heard a voice. I had a verse, like someone just gave me a verse on the party song. I was like, yo, okay. Then I was listening to the words. I was listening to the vibe. And I was like, yo, bro, who is this? This guy is good. This guy is super good. Oh, they was like, oh, Anpheous. Anpheous is my guy. Man, he's from Liberia and he's in China. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I would
big
like
shout out to Kanala, man.
Hey, shout out, Mama. Shout out, Mama.
Big
So
shout
I
out
was
to
like,
Kanala,
yo,
man.
Mama, can you please link him up? I want to get close to him because he's good. How did the connection came about with you and Kanala and the party song? just give me a brief history. How
With Kanala, it's like I feel just God just wants, because it seems like the both of us vibe the same way, and I like his vibe. He's like a brother. He have a very good heart. Like Kanala is just super cool, man. So, and I think if you try to be a good person in this world, God bless you with good people. All right. So I think God just blessed me with Kanala, and I was blessed with him as well. So. The way we met, there was one of my songs. Like the first song we ever did together was "Love Matter."
Okay,
and,
yes, I listened to that track too.
Yeah, it was
That
"Love
was
Matter,"
nice.
and he it's like he listened to the song on my WeChat channel.
Okay.
And when he listened to the song, he was like, "Bro, man, I like this song, man. Can we do it? Can we do a remix of it?" I was like, "Bro, what are you saying?
Let's do
Come
it.
on, let's do it, man.
Let's do it,
man.
let's do it.
No,
Oh,
you know
bro.
the energy he came with, man. There was no way I could say no, bro. There was no way I could say no. So
Kanala is
I was like,
super
"Bro,
cool.
let's go." So after that "Love Matter" song, the vibe was really there. So then I was doing the single, and I was thinking I wanted to feature someone, and I have listened to his flow, and I was like, nah, the only person I can get on the song is Kanada.
Kanada.
There's no one else, because this song is just for Kanada. And boom,
So
I
when-
ate it up, and that's how we did Party, and Party was on another level.
So when you connected with him, did he say no? Did he give you tough time?
Nah, how will you say no, man? Come on, Canada can't say no, bro.
Man, it's
Yeah,
like
Canada
Pate,
have a
man.
very good hat. So like I said, it was just God blessing both of us with each other. So we like brother, bro.
You guys are
We
doing
like
well.
brothers.
You
We
guys
like
are
brothers.
doing amazing work. Shout out to Kanala.
Yeah.
Shout out to Abe Shushu. Shout out to Pate. And shout out to everybody, every foreigner doing amazing work in China. I respect you and I appreciate your time. Man, China is not an easy place to survive. But we're trying. We're trying. Pate will tell you, man, this country, you have to do what and get money and leave. All right, so now we're going to talk about music. Now, this is a flow on my channel called Living Off Experience in China. We talk about life in China, the experience, how China has been, how you see China, how you saw China, how is China going with you. So let's talk about China for a little bit, then we talk about your music and the upcoming album, upcoming single, and your performance tonight. Let's talk about it.
Sure. Let's go.
Let's talk about it. All right, so how did you hear China? How did you get to know China, and how did you get to China? How? Was it your girlfriend?
Oh my God. Not really. from my home. My dad, when I was growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
My dad usually bring home these Chinese karate, martial art movies.
Yes.
So I watched most of those movies, and I got addicted, and I chew the movies that I watched from Chinese people. I actually fell in love with Chinese people, their culture, and I was like, this is really amazing. This is really amazing. So I fell in love with China from those movies, and my favorite Chinese actor is Jackie Chan.
Okay,
so
of course, everybody likes Jackie Chan.
Yeah, so he mixes his movies with comedy as well. So it's just super cool watching him. All right, so it was like always a dream that one day in my mind, when I was small, it was in my mind that one day I must visit China. Yeah.
Man,
so
let me tell you how I perceived Chinese people when I was back home in Ghana. I was also looking at the pictures, like the movies, like the way you did, right? To me, I thought like they were the same. The faces were the same. that was how I thought beginning. Then I also thought like, man, every movie I watched, the heights are the same. Yes, is that how you felt too way back in?
For sure.
Is that how you felt before you came to China, right? That's how I felt.
For sure. Like I feel everyone's face look the same.
Same.
Yeah,
and the height was the same.
Yeah, sure.
And they look like how I was like, how do I
identify this from this one?
From this.
Yeah, talking about that, I used to find it hard to differentiate between Jackie Chan and Jet Li.
Oh, okay, but they look alike.
Yeah, but then watching them continuously, then I got to see like the different
body type,
and the face.
Yes.
Yeah, Jackie Chan face kind of bit wider, and Jet Li face is a bit straight. So that's how. But then the same eyes, and the same kind of the same height. So yeah, so like you say, it was a challenge differentiating Chinese people from this one to this one. Yeah, because of the same face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all good. But when I got to the airport, it was like, okay, my perception was wrong. Everybody, we have tall people, we have short, and everything was cool.
Yeah.
Everything.
But I think there are more short people in China. Though.
Of course. So through watching the movie, then you got interested in the country.
Yeah.
Then
the culture.
Then you just went to the airport and you came here?
No. It's not gonna happen like that. I already had a passion, like that desire, wanting to see Chinese people, like their culture and stuff. So when I graduated from high school, I entered college, and I was in college. But then the perception back home, if you study back home, and even if you are studying at one of the best university, once you are studying there and somebody studied abroad and they come,
you want to have that abroad feel.
Yeah, because if you study abroad and I study in my country, and we are from the same country, but then you study abroad, when you come, we go for the job, they will prefer you. All right.
Of course.
So then I thought about like traveling to another country to get higher education. So that I too, when I go back home, I can have preference over those who studied there. And the only country that could pop up in my head was China, because my dad and my big brother, my eldest brother, they are in the USA. Okay. But then I choose China specifically because I really love China and wanted to actually come to China. Yeah,
I really love China, and I actually wanted to come to China. All right, that is good. You are watching Lista TV, and you are watching Living Off Experience in China. We're sharing experiences that we've gone through, so that whenever you want to embark on a journey to China, you can go like, okay, this is what Anpheous went through. Okay, when I get to China, am I going to go through the same thing? And maybe the solution, maybe he's going to give about the problem he has gone through, will also solve a problem for you. All right, so thank you very much for watching Lista TV, and don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and please listen to my freestyle by Anpheous. Okay. All right, now let's get back to China. Now you go to China. So what happened?
I got to China. When I got, everything was at first everything seemed kind of cool. From the airport, I met people, they spoke to me. Yeah, so the vibe.
You had a Chinese girlfriend instantly.
No, but you know, I had a Chinese friend. Like I met a Chinese girl on the flight, and she was so nice.
Nice.
Like
Okay.
she actually made me to feel comfortable when I just got in China. Like she made me feel really comfortable. She took me in when I got to the airport. She helped me get taxi. She helped me with those little things.
Everything.
Yeah. So I was like, really, is this really how a lot of maybe all of Chinese people are? Yeah. So that was in my mind. So I was really like contemplating on meeting most Chinese and see how the vibe go.
So did you ever thought like all Chinese people were speaking English? Because when I was coming, I thought I was going to speak English too. Yeah. When I got in, I was like, they speaking Chinese at the airport, and I was like, yo, can anybody speak English? Timbudo. And did you have that feeling?
Yeah, I had a feeling I think, you know, because the girl was doing everything for me, so it wasn't really that difficult because her English was really good. Yeah, so in my mind, I feel like maybe most Chinese, even if they don't speak English really well, but then they speak some level of English, alright? Yeah, but then when the girl left me, that's when I had
that's why you felt it, right?
Because when I talk to the person,
Timbudo.
and I'll be like, really? So it was really kind of difficult now at that moment. Yeah.
Wow, it was really kind of that difficult at that moment.
Yeah, at that moment when the girl left, it was difficult because
when he got a girlfriend, it was okay.
that was actually like my girlfriend, bro. It was like she was just trying to help me, you know.
Ah man, I'm playing with you.
I know.
What kind of list that to you?
Yeah, bro. I like the link.
So now let's get back. We still talking about experiences in China.
Yeah.
We'll go back to music soon.
Sure.
All right. When you got to your university, you started learning, and you started doing music at the same time.
Yeah.
So music, learning, and the language. Was it how did you combine that? Was it that tough time for you? Did you have that tough situation?
You already know. It was really tough.
It was really tough.
It was really tough. Like that. That's when I have been watching a lot of Chinese movie and hearing that Chinese, but now now I face the reality. Like I have to learn it. At first, I didn't have to learn it because you know the Chinese movie they have the English
inscriptions.
Yeah. So you can understand what they're saying there. But now I'm here in a Chinese school, and they are teaching me in Chinese, even though they are teaching me in English. But then I have a Chinese Laoshi, and she had to say this, and after saying this, and she'd be like, "Mean by man."
Yeah.
At first, I was like, "What is mean by?" But then
later you got to
later I got to know. Later I got to know, but it was actually difficult at that moment. And then you know most of the English or Chinese teachers, English is not really that good. So you find them teaching you in both Chinese and English
at the same time. Okay.
So it was kind of tough.
So now, have you gone through tough time in China? Is there anything you would like to share? And how did you dealt with the tough situation you went through? Because all of us as a foreigners, we've been through a lot in China. Before the COVID and during the COVID, we've gone through a lot. And as a musician, and you have audience outside, and you have people who look up to you. So what are some of the situations you have gone through, and how you dealt with that situation?
You know,
it will serve as inspiration for someone out there.
Yeah, my hardest moment was during the Corona period.
Okay.
You know, you come to a country and you are new and you expect everything to just go one step at a time.
Okay.
But then out of a sudden, boom, you are hit with something that you didn't expect. All right, so that was really difficult because I didn't expect that to happen. And you know, when you are not prepared for something, it's really kind of hard. It's hard because from my country, I'm used to be like free. Like,
where we come from, Africa is
really free. Like I like freedom, but then the COVID just break through. You know, at first I feel like okay, maybe this is gonna just take 1 month, 2 months.
When it started, that's how we felt.
So it was really kind of hard. Like honestly, it was hard because I'm not used to that staying indoor and you have to go do COVID tests. We even couldn't step out of our building. So that was my hardest one of my hardest moment in China. You know? For the first 2 months, I was in doing music because I was mentally disturbed and I was like I was feeling really drained, okay, because of the situation. I have never been in such circumstances. So my advice to people out there is like you always have to be prepared for the unexpected.
The unexpected
you
in
always
China.
yeah, in China, especially China. In China. I can say the word, but in China, most especially, you have to be you have to be ready for the unexpected because anything can happen anytime. Anything like for example, you might be staying in China and you have your visa and all of a sudden you go to renew your visa and they just tell you no, you can't renew your visa, you have to go back.
But you're a student.
Yeah, but you're a student and you really didn't expect that to come. All right, so you always have to be ready for the unexpected.
Man.
Always ready. That's something. That's
time.
something. Actually, China taught me that you have to be ready for the unexpected because I wasn't ready for that. I don't think any of students who came during my time they were ready for that because it just hit us just like that, and we didn't even enjoy China, bro. Like just few months and boom,
Boom.
yeah.
COVID is here.
So it was really tough.
I know your pain. I feel your pain because I was under lockdown in my university for 7 good months.
Oh my God.
Yo, I didn't understand how when people say depression, I only hear, I only read, I only see people talking about depression. I see people have been committing suicide and all those things. I never had understanding. So I was under one room for 7 good months.
Man.
Then I felt like, oh man, I was depressed. I was like, is that how the depression felt? Because when I'm in the room, sometimes I'll be hitting my head. I was like, yo, what is going on? I want to go out.
Yeah.
They don't want me to go out. And they give you warning. If you go out, you cannot come in.
Yeah.
And we are down with you. We will cancel your visa.
Yeah.
And the threats keep coming.
Yeah, that's right.
Now
that's right.
you have to stay inside. And
You have no option.
you have no option. You have no option, man. The COVID situation is
It was really tough.
time.
I can remember in my school there was a guy who even wanted to jump from the
Somebody did in a different city and the person passed away.
yeah the guy was so depressed. Even though all of us we were depressed, but then for him it's like he couldn't control an animal, so he just wanted to just end his whole life.
Man, China,
And they had to come and beg him, talk to him because
man.
yeah. But all of us like for the first 2 months, I was in that kind of situation where I was thinking, so is this how life gonna be? When would this end? That was my mind. That was my mind all of the time. When would this end? Yeah,
Well,
but it was really kind of tough. But then yes, how I was able to really combat it. Since I after the first 2 months, I become to like accept the reality. Like it's possible this is going to end soon, and it's possible it's not going to end soon. So if I continue to be in a state, then I'm going to lose my mind, and probably I might do the worst thing. All right. So when I came China before the lockdown, I managed to do like two songs.
Okay.
I managed to do 2 songs.
Okay.
And then I had them. I didn't release.
Okay.
So when the lockdown started after the first 2 months, and I saw that this is how things were going, then I decided to release one of the songs.
One of the songs.
Yeah. So music like started to become my safe house, like my place of relief, like something that's gonna really keep me thinking positive in that kind of positive mood.
Okay.
So and luckily for me, there was one of my schoolmates who also had a studio in his room.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I started to
record.
Yeah, I started to record again because before then I didn't know there was a studio there. Yeah. So but then within that time when doing it like that, I got to know that okay, this guy had a studio. So now instead of just sitting in my room and lose my mind, and because you're on lockdown, you play with your phone. That's the only thing you do, play with your phone. From your phone
even
on your
the
bed.
feeling will go away.
Yeah,
you
so
don't even have
like
feeling.
everything, like it's like doing the same thing over and over, and you become bored, bro. Yeah, you become
Freedom is everything, eh?
Yeah, freedom
is everything.
Like I really kind of think how people who are in prison how they actually manage. Like people who stay in prison for 10 years, 20. Oh my God.
Man.
Yeah, that's really different. So it was difficult.
Man,
But music, I can say music rescued me during that time. Yeah.
Music rescued him during that time. Me, YouTube rescued me during that time. Because that was the time I started doing YouTube. And this is how far I've come with my YouTube. Thank you very much for watching Living Off Experience in China. And Anpheous is on, and he is sharing his experience in China. We are about to get into music very soon. All right, now back to China. Upon all what you have gone through, would you advise somebody from back home to come to China?
I can say it depends.
Okay.
Because for me before coming, I actually didn't know that in China, as a student you don't work. Okay, that was something that shocked me.
Man, how can we survive as students?
Yeah, as student, you are not allowed to work. So before you come to China, you should make sure that you have support that is coming regularly. Because if you don't have full support, then you shouldn't come China. And then also China is something like this country, like anything can happen anytime. Like anything. Because I feel like the Chinese, like I can say they are some timing. Yeah, today they might laugh with you, tomorrow they give you different vibe. Okay, so you cannot be sure of what they're gonna do next. You can never be sure, even though they are good Chinese. Yeah, but then I think it's kind of wave it.
Of course.
They are too wavy. Most Chinese are wave it. Alright, they pull up two different kind of character or attitude. Today they can be good to you, tomorrow they might be different. Yeah, but then something I also observe about them, some of them, the only time they treat you good is when they actually gonna get benefit
from you.
Okay, or if they need favor from you.
Okay, if they need favor from you, they will treat you.
So these are things you have to respect when you are coming to China. But if you ask me that question like 100 times, 99 times I'm gonna tell you no. I cannot advise anyone to come to China. All right. Yeah, but then if they want to come, then these are things that I think they should be aware of. Yeah, they should expect that. Okay, these are things that are gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is China cheap? Is it expensive?
No, I think that have to do with the city that you stay.
Okay.
Yeah, it have to do with the city. Some cities are very cheap, but then some are expensive.
Beijing is expensive.
But then yeah, Beijing is expensive. Shanghai as well. But then also if you can stay in expensive city and not make too much of expensive if you know how to balance your spending. Yeah, but as all in all, I say like it's on a balanced level. It's not cheap, it's not expensive. It just depends on how you move.
It just depends on how you move. Yeah. All right. Any Chinese food you like so much?
Yeah, sure, man. My kind of food, like even from back home, I like vegetable. I like vegetable. I like fruit, and most of the Chinese food they are vegetables and those stuff. So I like most Chinese food. But then my favorite Chinese food is malatan.
Oh, I love malatan.
I love malatan.
I love malatan.
And I also like a hot pot.
Hot pot.
Yeah, okay. But most time I like hot pot during winter.
Oh, okay. Very good. Thank you very much for tuning on Let's Start TV, and I'm hanging out with my good bro from Liberia, and he is explaining or telling his story in China. So let's get back before we start music. Give me 3 things you like about China and 3 things you don't like about China. Then we get to music.
For me, I like the Chinese culture. I like the culture. That's one of the reasons why I came China.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the culture. I like the culture. And I also like the environment. The city is beautiful.
Okay.
Most of the places are
well planned.
And it's well planned, and it's easier to move. With even when it comes to money issue, you don't have to carry. Africa, you have to put money in pocket and all those things. Yeah, okay, so Africa, you working with money, you're gonna be scared. But yeah, you just have it on your phone. I like how they try to make life very easy. Okay. All right, and I actually wish African country can actually do that. All right, on the roads, money issue, like them try to make everything very easy for their citizens. So first the culture and the lifestyle. I really like it.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me 3 things you don't like about this country.
Um,
I know what you like. You also like the Chinese girls too. You didn't say that one too. You didn't say that one. You should add. These are the 3 things I like. You know, you are artist. You are nice. You are handsome. You are everywhere.
I like Chinese girls, but then I don't like the attitude that most of them have.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like Chinese girls though. I feel they are cool, and most of them seems to be loyal.
Okay.
Yeah, if they love you, it's just you. Most time it's just you. Like they don't trip. Yeah.
Okay.
So I like that. Like they have good moral. I think Chinese, when it comes to moral, like about certain things, they stick to certain
Okay.
things. All right, but then humanly, the way they treat others or one another, it's not really balanced. It's not really balanced because I feel most of them like money, material things. So they should put that over human beings. So that's my own problem.
Okay. So 3 things you don't like.
Yeah, I don't. One thing I don't like is the fact that they don't allow foreigners to work here. I think that's not reasonable at all, because we, like, for example, foreigner help to contribute to the Chinese economy.
Of
all right,
course.
largely. So I honestly don't like the fact that you as a foreigner, you contribute to the economy growing, and you also don't benefit anything. You are contributing but not benefiting anything. So I don't like that at all. Yeah, I really don't like that. All right, and then like I said, they when it comes to the way they treat one another, the way they treat him, like in life, I think we should value our fellow men first than anything, not money, not material thing. But I think most Chinese, they value money, they value material things, and they can possibly do anything. They don't give a heck whether it's gonna affect you or not. So that's something I don't like about China. Okay, because I feel we should treat one another like human being. Okay, like not. I treat you like human being and you treat me like animals. No, don't work as foreigner, even though we contribute, especially those who actually have businesses. They contribute, and even students, we are giving, even though we are also getting something in return. But then I think the money we are paying for the education, we're not getting the education in return. Because of the language barrier. All right, so that's something I think it's not fair. All right, so it would have been fair if we were allowed at least to do part-time job.
Of course.
Yeah, at least that's more reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that about China. Right.
Man, let's get to music, man.
Ready or not, I'm dashing for 2-6. All of my shots pound. Forget the money in, forget the clouds count.
Everybody needs some love.
Everybody needs some love. Yeah, yes I need a love.
Everybody needs some love.
Yes I need a love.
One
time, hit the blacks, kill the blacks, yeah, why the blacks hit themselves, kill one another, why is that a borderline? That's why we the same, different colors, different nation, the same him or makeup, yeah. You breathe, I breathe, I think, you eat, I eat, the blood the same, it's time for change, it's right with me, let's intertwine with love and peace, no enmity, no strife, I put my life on the line, cause I call you my brother, call you from a different nation, yet I call you my sister, yeah, say no to rush the same, it's time we stop that thing, let us come together, live together,
Everybody needs some love. So we gotta show some love.
Kanana need a love.
Everybody needs some love.
Yeah.
So we gotta show some love.
Yes, I need the love.
Everybody needs
Man, I love your music, man.
I really appreciate it. I've been saying you're
doing amazing work in music. You're doing amazing work. All right, so now take us through your music life. How many albums do you have, and where can people get to listen to your music?
All right. For now, I have many singles, but I have one album already up on all music platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and just wherever, anywhere you are, just search whichever platform you can access, and you're gonna find me right on it, especially the international platform. All right, and I also have one EP. So in total, with the collabos that I have done with other artists, the songs that I have up like on those platforms should amount to about probably 50 to 55.
Whoa.
Yeah.
50 songs.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's amazing. That's a
and you know
good
the
work.
fun, and you know the thing about it, most of those songs I remember the lyrics, and somebody was asking me how do you remember all of those lyrics?
Because
But
you wrote
it's just in my head because I wrote them.
Of course.
I wrote them. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So talk about the features. Which guys you have on your songs? I know you have Kanala, and who do you have as well?
Yeah, so I have other features from my country. Like before coming, I
Okay.
did some feature with my guys,
Okay.
and then but for China, I have worked with Canada. I have worked with Sun and Moon.
Okay.
I have worked with Major Key.
Major Key.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and I'm
Okay.
still doing more collab. I've also worked with few Chinese artists.
Oh, really?
Which of course that I'm planning to do because I think to break through in China as an artist, especially being a foreigner, you have to collaborate with Chinese, cause you are singing most time in English. So if you don't do collaborate with Chinese people,
Okay.
they have large population, but then most of them just listen to Chinese songs. So if you have a Chinese guy on your song, that's something positive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
wow.
I'm planning on working on more features with Chinese artists.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Yeah.
So when are you planning to release your album?
All right.
I know
So
your album is ready. I know
all
your
right.
album is ready. So when are you planning to release your album?
This year I actually wanted to release the album just last, let's say, oh we are in New Year. We are in 2023, all right? But I
Yes.
wanted to release the album last year, but like I said, one disadvantage of being in China is we're not allowed to work, so financial problem is a big issue.
Sure.
That been the main reason why I didn't release my album. But hopefully, I have done some features with some of my guys on my new album, and hopefully it's gonna be up in February. All right.
I would
It's gonna
suggest
be-
you try to get Anpheous on your song because that energy, Anpheous energy is different, man. You just have to get his energy on
and I know when I contact him, he's not gonna say no.
Of course.
That's something that I know.
Of course,
I
he
know
will
he's not
never
gonna
say
say.
no.
I know he's not gonna say no.
He's
So
a guy
sure.
with a positive idea.
It's my plan to work with, if possible, almost all of the artists from almost all of the foreign artists in China. So I just have to do it one step at a time. Yeah. And I'm
One step
open
at
to,
a
and I'm
time.
also open to working with any artists, all right? Because I know how the flow go here, all right? So we can push one another.
Wow, man. Even looking at you doing music in China, man, let me guess. I get you are rich. You got too much money.
Look at that. No,
Man,
bro.
doing music
Like,
with these great collaborators and releasing more than 50 songs. Wow, and you are everywhere on WeChat. You are everywhere on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere, man. You are
yeah,
rich, bro.
you know, people will feel that I'm making money, but it's not about money. It's about the passion. Because China, like I said, we don't make any money from music. Most artists here don't make any money because there's even because of the coronavirus. At least before the coronavirus, there were shows at least you could get. But now it's really kind of hard to get show because of the COVID.
Okay.
All right. So if you're not getting show, which is another means of making money as an artist,
How do you
how do you get money? It's kind of really crazy. So I think like most artists here, like myself, because for me the only thing pushing me every day is the passion. Because the money that I spend to do music, I don't even get 10% of it back. All right. And this is how I do my music. My dad have been in real full support of my music. So
Great.
even though he have to pay my school tuition,
fees, okay.
but then he also support me with my music. So from the pocket money that I get, and also from the those small performances that I do, I use those money to push. I use it on the same music thing, all right, to push my music. And at the end of the day, I still have to spend a lot, and I don't get it back, all right. But it's the passion, it's the passion.
You will get it
and
back.
hopefully. From China and to the rest of the world, I need all of you guys' support. Because if I'm gonna keep doing music, then I need the support from the rest of the world, not just from the family in China, alright? And then you guys know I have to keep keeping that vibe coming true. But then to keep it coming true, I need finance, alright? I cannot do it without finance. So I've been pushing, I've been doing my best. Yeah, and with the passion still there and energy still there. As you can see, energy is always there for me, always there.
We are about to wrap it up because you have a performance to go through. You are about to go and perform. how can people follow you on your social media? Let people know your social media handle.
All right. So, Anpheous is the brand, all right? Anpheous is my brand. That's my iTunes name. That's my brand. So you don't have to just on any platform, any social media, just search for Anpheous. And the good thing about it, right? In this whole world, I'm the only Anpheous, the one and only Anpheous. All right.
Wow, that's amazing.
So you're not gonna find any other Anpheous. All right. So just search Anpheous, and but you can find me on IG, Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Snapchat. The same thing. Just Anpheous. Even with my music, Anpheous, and Anpheous the rock star.
Shout out to Gary.
Oh.
Gary linked me to you too. So shout out to Gary.
Oh yeah,
Gary
yeah,
has been
yeah.
doing the linking.
All right, so the link up just keep going positively.
Yes, man.
Right?
Shout out.
So a big shout out to Gary, and a big shout out to Patty for allowing us to be right here today.
Oh,
you know,
man.
actually, I like this studio. You know,
I know you're about to do something in the studio right
Yeah.
after the performance. Okay, I know.
Yeah, I like this studio. I wish I could just live right here. No, I could just live right here, bro.
Man.
I could just live right here.
We're gonna breathe albums, yeah. Oh, okay, I love it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you got performance coming up. Talk to us about it. What's up? What's going on? What should the people expect from you?
You know, it's a new year, all right?
Yes, sir.
And if you've been following Anpheous, you know I don't give bad energy, so the energy is always positive.
Yeah.
So tonight you can expect even more energy, positive one. It's a new year, so we enter the new year in style, all right? Last night I had a performance, and I was really tired, but then now with the passion burning in me, I have just been reinvigorated with more energy. So
That's it.
tonight
I love
you
it.
can expect more fire,
love
and more fire.
More
and guess
fire.
what? I have the whole team here, Lace Up and Patio. They're all gonna be there. So if you are in Belgium, you make sure just pull up.
Actually, this is not the first video, and I'll be coming on your way with another video with him. This is just a first teaser on my channel, so we'll be coming. When he releases his album, we're going to break down the album. We're going to have a live session on Laced Up TV, and I'm waiting for Abe Shushu album too. Shout out to Abe Shushu, living off experience in China, and we stopping here. Your final words to your fans, and we coming on your way with another video.
All right. You know, I just want to say, like, I'm so grateful for all of you guys who have been supporting me behind the scene. You know, there are a lot of people who know me. I don't even know them, but then they've been giving the positive vibe from behind the scene.
Love.
And it really touches my heart, and it's
Love.
because of that. You know, sometimes because of so many problems in China, yeah, sometimes I feel like I should stop. But then when I think about people who've been supporting me, who've been giving me that energy, I figure, nah, if I should stop, it's like I'm disappointing them. So I can tell you this, I'm never gonna disappoint you guys, all right? I'm gonna keep giving you guys positive vibe no matter what happens, all right?
Love.
And it's all on love, all right? I love you guys big time. A big love, a big shout out to all of you guys, and I want to wish you guys a happy new year. Still blessed, still positive, and in my mind, the only thing that matters in this world is just love. So that's my last message. Love your fellow man, treat them the way you want to be treated. Yeah, because I think that's the most important thing in this world. Don't ever put anything over your fellow human being, whether money or material things. Human beings should always be first, all right? Because we are one family in this world, all right? So that's my message to you. And for me, it's just all about love. If you see me here in Belgium today, it's all about love, all right?
Love.
And everyone here,
Love.
it's just love. So love matters the most, and let's keep sharing more love, all right?
Salute, man. Have a wonderful time, man. You're going straight to the performance.
Oh, she killing me. With her love, everything can kill me. Oh, she killing me. And she got that sweet melody.